What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. Well, we are kicking off 2024 with something really cool. Now, honestly, I never thought I'd say 2024 because I am a kid of the 80s and a teenager of the 90s, and 2024 was just like a thing of futuristic sci-fi movies. And I never thought I'd actually get to 2024, but this is awesome. And this is now starting my third year really hammering away at YouTube here, and it's been one heck of a fun journey, I have to say. The first thing I want to say is thank you so much to every one of you for hanging around the last couple of years to look at fun lightsabers and 1/6 scale figures and random pops and stuff like that, or taking a trip with me over to a toy convention. I have had so much fun working on this channel and chatting with so many of you between YouTube and Instagram and stuff, but it has been an absolute blast. And since we just passed the holiday season, I want to showcase a gift that was made for me for this channel. And without awesome people like the guys who made this lightsaber for me, or anybody that has given me a product to review, such as Civilized Sabers, or the vendors like Vader Sabers and CC Sabers and Art Sabers. Without all of them and without all of you, there would not be a channel here because I'd have nothing to make for anybody who would want to watch. And thank you to the guys over at Tano Sabers and the Saber Temple. You guys made this and gifted this to the channel. Specifically for the channel. There is Arabish writing in here that says the Collector's Outpost and all. Like, this is a fully custom designed and made lightsaber for me and for this channel. Thank you so much. So this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to kind of showcase more of the work of these two gentlemen that made this amazing lightsaber and gifted this over to the channel. This is a fully custom made lightsaber. It's got Arabish on there that says Collector's Outpost. It's got crystals in there, LED lights. All this is all custom weathering and acid etched. If I got rid of every other lightsaber I have here, this would be the one that would stand the test of time, and I would be buried with it. So, because it just means that much. So what we're gonna do on this video is a little bit different. I'm gonna kind of give you some close-ups and show you what they did here. And then they sent me over some videos of them putting this thing together, all the wiring and the crystals and stuff like that, and all the weathering process and all of the Dremel processing, all of this stuff. I have a ton of video for. So what I'm going to do is put a few minute montage. It's not going to have every little detail because the video would just be so long, but I'm going to give you just an insight, a behind the scenes of what it takes for people to custom make something and install it and weather it and do all this Dremel work and all the paint and etching. I mean, it is just an unbelievable process, and that's what makes this even more special for me, is that I actually can see the work and the time and the hours that was actually put into this beautiful, beautiful piece of work here. So before we take a deep look into this, please drop down and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. That will help tremendously push this channel along through the algorithms and stuff like that. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're returning for some new stuff, let's get into this showcase of this amazing custom Cal Kestis lightsaber. So I really want to show you the process of putting this together. So I put together a little montage of footage that they sent over to me. So let's take a look.
Alright, so first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and take the paint off of this handle. The reason is that we're going to be doing a little bit of Dremel work, some drilling, sawing, sanding. So underneath here should be right directly under the switch, right about there. We'll do an exact measurement after we take all the paint off and stuff so that we can accurately cut and drill, but there's a kyber crystal, quartz crystal right in there. Of course, we're going to remove the internal chassis before we do any work of, cutting it or anything like that, but that's basically what we're working with. That's only about 30 seconds in. We're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes and then we'll come back. Alright, our easy off application's all done. After that, I'm going to take it inside and use a scoring pad, a very, very light green pad, just to kind of even some stuff out there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just want it enough to where it doesn't look like it's too drastic of a change in the material or the design, but it's enough to look weathered, if that makes sense. Alright, next we went ahead and made the measurement where the kyber crystal is. It's about 2 1/4 inches down. Screwed the handle on all the way. I went ahead and already made a mark, but let's see if it's where it needs to be. It should be right under where that switch is. Boom. Directly under. The moment of truth, and to see if we did all of our measurements and tapped correctly. And before we go any further, there we go. Kyber crystal right there. We did the measurements and tapped perfectly, so now we're just gonna go ahead and dig out around it. Both sides. This is what we're going to be using next. We're going to just go ahead and do a little bit of sanding using the Dremel. So we're going to go over everything that we have already done for the design. And also I'm just going to hit a couple areas that are going to add to the weathering and things like that. And then we'll move on to the actual weathering itself. There I'm doing a little bit of line work just to kind of even out around the border where that etch engraving is for the lettering. Just kind of help smooth it out a little bit. Fresh bottle of Birchwood KSith aluminum black. You can get this stuff off Amazon for around 10 bucks, something like that. There we go. Our handle that was silver is now black. Alright, that looks pretty even. I'm going to go ahead and take it inside, rinse it off, let it dry, and then do a little bit of sanding. Look at that etching done by Tano Sabers. Man, it just looks super rad. So we're going to set this aside, let it dry. The pommel was done just in the same fashion. Aluminum black just around where the Dremel work was done, and then go ahead and sand over it with the light sanding pad, and it'll just bring out the design. All right, one other extra little step I'm gonna do is brass patina by Mixing Chemicals again. Surfing Chemicals out of Los Angeles, California. Get them shipped directly to the house. You can go onto their website. Throw a little patina where you want it to look brass. And I'll make another video in the future as far as patinas go. I gotta leave something for the future.
All right, so what did you think? That was a little behind the scenes look at what it took to actually make this lightsaber. So let's start up at the emitters here, the shrouds, because the work here is just unbelievable. Everything was all dremeled in there, acid etched with all the design. We got Arabish up there on the top, just stunning work. We've got some great patina work to kind of dye that in kind of more of a brass color there. They even gave me this really great, I don't know if you can see it like this, but a really fantastic blade plug, which you saw in the intro. I honestly could just sit here and look at these shrouds all day long because the artwork is just incredible. You know, the amount of time and effort that it went into just to make this. I mean, this is basically a one-of-a-kind lightsaber. Even if you recreated this, it won't be exact. It'll be close, but it won't be exact. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to have a one-of-a-kind lightsaber. It's basically a one-off. All throughout, you could see all of the chemical aging. This is all aluminum black, but it is just stunning. Now, moving down over here to the handle. So I think this was an indication of me complaining on my channel, where you could see crystals and everything underneath and LED lights, but you put the handle on, you can never see that. So what Nick did was kind of drill out a crack and split it right down into the bottom there, where you'll see the crystal light up, and over here you'll actually see the LEDs. I'll turn that on in a sec. But this might have been because I complained about not being able to see the cool LEDs underneath the handles. And then down here, we kind of bring over all the Dremel work down into the pommel with all of the chemical weathering with the aluminum black and everything. Beautiful, beautiful work. I mean, I honestly can't recommend these guys enough to get your custom weathering and custom 3D printing chassis and crystals. Now, let me turn this on real quick so you can see that the crystal and LEDs do shine through. That is stunning. Now on the back here, you can see the LEDs shining through. And at the pommel, you can see all of the lights coming through there as well. Now, let me open this up so you can see the work in here. Now, keep in mind, This chassis was designed, 3D printed, and put together. Now you'll see a little bit more of the process that was done from Adriano over at Tano Sabers for all of the weathering and a little bit of the paint work in here. These are in just pieces that he's got to put together. He has to physically design and print these things. Look at that. This is incredible. And honestly, the design work on this chassis is stunning. Right in there, that is a real quartz crystal. So it's a real crystal chamber, without a doubt. And this LED, I love this LED strip. It is just absolute stunning work. Now, all the LEDs and effects and everything do change with the sound font. So all right, let's change this up.
Blue crossguard. Cyan.
So you can see the colors changing there.
Cyan crossguard. Green. Green crossguard. Indigo. Indigo crossguard. Magenta.
There we got the corresponding colors.
Orange crossguard. Purple.
Now all the sound fonts you're hearing, I did send over to him. I believe they're all from Kyberphonic. We have the whole Jedi Survivor and a bunch of other ones.
Purple cross. White. White crossguard. Yellow. Yellow crossguard. Party saber. Red.
Look at that.
Red crossguard. Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn. Now, I don't exactly know where it is here in the design. It's probably maybe up here somewhere. I don't think it's under the battery, but this is running the new Profi V3. I haven't seen a huge difference. It seems like all the settings are the same on here as all the past Profis I have. I'm sure it's more of an internal processing thing, like the processing chip being better. I don't know a whole lot about the internal workings of Profi. I'm not a big Profi person. I much prefer like Golden Harvest and stuff like that. It's just, it is an open source board that if you really understand Profi, you can get in there and program so many amazing blade effects. So it is top notch. It's just not for me. I like my lightsabers just to turn on, turn off, and a couple sound fonts is more than enough for me. But I know a lot of you out there love to get in there and tinker around. So this is running the new V3. Let's take a quick look at this with my Quad Star from Civilized Sabers. It sounds absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. It does have all the color changing abilities.
Red, orange red, dark orange, orange, gold, yellow, green.
So it has all of the things you would expect Profi to have, and probably more that I don't even know about. There might be other settings that I just haven't discovered yet. So drop down below in the comments, let me know what you think of this custom-made Cal Kestis lightsaber from the Saber Temple and Tano Sabers. Again, thank you guys so much for this amazing, amazing gift. This thing means so much to me, and again, if it's the last lightsaber I own, I will get buried with it. I will put direct links to Tano Sabers and the Saber Temple down below in the comments for you. Please go over there, follow their Instagrams. I will also put a direct link as a little bonus for this lightsaber that Tano Sabers put on their website. That way you can get a way more in-depth look at this lightsaber directly from Adriano himself. He does walk you through everything and so much detail. So that is amazing. I'll put that link down below as well. Make sure you go follow him over there. And again, I cannot thank you guys enough for the amount of time and work that you put into this lightsaber. This is absolutely incredible. All right, that is it, everybody. Please drop down below, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button for upcoming videos. I have a ton of videos coming up. There's just stacks of lightsabers sitting over here, and I have, I think, 10 or 15 Hot Toys figures coming in this year. So we're gonna have a fun year. I'm gonna try so hard to maybe take a trip or two, maybe down to Galaxy's Edge, definitely to a couple of toy cons around New Jersey, and we'll just try to have some fun this year, because if you can't have a little bit of fun, what is the point of this life? Anyway, I will see you all on the next video. Be safe and be kind out there in the world. See you next time.